The following is a fan-based discussion and is owned by Toei Inc. and Bandai. We claim no ownership to the shows we are discussing and is based on pure opinion. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Tokucast. Today, we are trying something new. Welcome to the first Top 10 show.
Top 10.
Tokucast Top 10.
And we are going to be discussing the Top 10 Kamen Rider costumes.
Mm-hmm.
And these are costumes from any rider, any form,
Any season.
any season, and we are grading purely on aesthetics.
Yep.
Does it look good? How does it look? Is it a cool looking costume?
So if you think that, if you start bitching in the comments that this one's better than that one because it can do this, you're wrong.
We are not grading on function or power or weapon, although cool weapons are a factor, but
Yeah.
List for another day.
we are purely grading on how does this costume look.
Yep.
So
We're going to start off with some honorable mentions. How this worked is we each came up with our own top 10 list, and then we combined them all together to make the show's top 10. And we're going to start off with some honorable mentions that didn't make it up to the list.
Now just to specify, these are top 10s of each, honorable mentions that we individually wanted in the top 10 list that didn't make it. So each of us will have about 2 different honorable mentions that we thought deserved a slot, but unfortunately didn't make the cut.
Mm-hmm.
We'll start with you.
Okay.
Or go down.
My first honorable mention is Kamen Rider Skull.
And we will be putting pictures here.
Yes.
So our editor knows what to do. Kamen Rider Skull, I just think he is such a badass looking rider.
I agree with you. He really looks good, but I feel like could have been, and I have this kind of issue with a lot of W costumes.
Right.
They're very one color, very simple, and there's nothing wrong with that. But with the other things that we have on this list, I just didn't think it was top 10. Right?
I love the hat.
Fedora's great.
I love the face.
Faces are cool.
Love how he looks. I just think he is just such a badass looking character.
Badass.
And my other honorable mention is Gaim Orange Arms. Taking you also went as an honorable.
We should have discussed that beforehand. Anyway.
It's okay, but that gives us something to talk about because
it looks great.
It looks awesome. I remember when we were in college and we first heard about Gaim, and we knew it was going to be fruit and samurai. We didn't know what to expect, and when we saw this...
we all heard it was fruit theme. I don't even think we heard samurai. We just
you're right.
We were just like, oh god.
We were like fruit and then breakdancing.
Yes.
Well, it was fruit and breakdancing. We didn't know what to expect, and then we saw this.
Oh.
It looked great.
And we were very excited.
And the thing is, when the picture of Gaim first got released, it actually had mixed reviews. People thought it was too top heavy.
Yeah.
And and I was kind of iffy about it at first, but as the show went on,
as you saw it in motion,
yes, everything looks better in motion.
Everything looks better in motion. Everything looks better doing what it's supposed to do.
Right.
And I wish it made the top 10, but I'm glad what made the top 10 did.
Yeah.
So we'll skip to you since I have to come up with a new honorable mention. Jacob.
Sorry.
Okay. So my first honorable mention is actually a Showa Rider, Kamen Rider Super 1. I just like the fact that he's all silver. He looks great, especially for the time period that he came in. He came right after Sky Rider, who didn't look that great, but I really like the way that Super 1 just looks sleek. He's the first one with tassels, so Beast, step up your game. But other than that, I just like the way that he could change everything. He just looked great as, one of the last few with just a base form.
He looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I like the whole aesthetic of him. And my second choice is Kamen Rider Kaixa. Now, there's a reason why he's on the honorable mention and not on the main list, and we'll explain that as we get to it. But I love the way that Kaixa looks. He looks a lot more sinister than some of the other riders. It's like him and Delta just don't look like good guys, and that shows.
It's the eyes.
Yeah, it's definitely the eyes. I like the Tron look and the yellow and everything. Basically everything in Five just looks great. I love the way that they made Kaixa look for this show in particular, and I just love him. I love him. Delta didn't make it, but I love it.
Alright, so my honorable mentions now includes one I didn't think of before, which I should have put on my list to begin with.
What's that?
Well, I'll get to him in a minute. My first honorable mention that, Akume was Kamen Rider Agito's final form, Agito Shining.
Yeah.
Which just looks great. The mixture of red and white with that, I think is just perfect, and it doesn't hurt that those are two of my favorite colors in general.
Mm-hmm.
But just in the design on the chest itself, I just think it was perfect.
It's pretty cool.
My other one, which I'm pretty sure this is his name, I cannot remember his name. Forza's secondary Rider, Kamen Rider Meteor.
Yeah.
Meteor's costume looks awesome.
Because of the shiny.
The shiny and
I really liked his costume.
the streak and in the asymmetry in it worked with that.
Yeah.
I thought that was a great look.
I definitely agree.
I also like the head.
The streak.
The streak of
meteor
the
streak. Yeah, the meteor streak. This has nothing to do with looks, but the Bruce Lee noises doesn't hurt at all.
Okay. So, getting into the actual top 10.
All right.
Let's start at number 10.
Kicking off the list, we have number 10, W's Cyclone Ogre form, which is his base form.
Yep.
I enjoy all of W's forms, but out of all of them, the base form does look the best.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing... It always helps when you have a small scarf.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In the wind. That does help.
It does. He just looks cool as a writer, and you can tell that this one just like...
And just a cool concept in general, the split down the middle.
Yeah.
I love the split down the middle. You mentioned contrasting colors.
Perfect.
He really has it. Green and the black and the purple and the yellow, they really complement each other.
Well, black kind of goes with everything, though.
True enough, but in this case in particular, it really
But
works.
yeah, when you add black and purple and then green and yellow, you don't those are four colors you really don't think to put together.
Mm-hmm.
But they did, and it just worked.
It worked.
And then the silver accents of the W and the eyes and the scarf and the belt, it worked.
It looked great.
And then coming in at number 9...
At number 9, we have Kiva in his base form.
I love Kiva's base form.
If only he used it more.
There's a reason for that.
There's a reason for that, because the actor kept passing out.
Yeah, but
that boot was
because
heavy.
of the metal boot that he had.
But it looked so
it is
good.
a
The chain
very
up
cool
boot,
costume.
the chain up right leg that becomes his rider. Excuse me, his rider kick.
It's like
Just
the entire
amazing.
outfit just worked together, especially for the theme that they had.
Oh yeah, the monster
themes.
theme.
I love the big eyes and that they're yellow. I love the bats.
Yeah, you think big eyes would look really bad,
Like Stronger.
but they made it work with him
It's
because
the shape.
It's the shape because it's the bat wings,
Mhm.
and it just works. And it also I just kind of thought of this. Don't you think it kind of makes the tip makes a crown look? And isn't he a prince technically?
Yes.
That kind of does help when you think about it.
Especially when you get Emperor later on.
Mm-hmm.
It just translates going straight to there. Okay.
But Kiva's base form. And then moving on to number 8, we have Hibiki's base form.
Oh, I love Hibiki.
Hibiki's base form.
It was great.
It's
It's
really
so
awesome.
different.
It is different.
I love the way the face looks. I love the horns. I love the belt, the color. It is such a badass costume.
Yeah.
I love the way this thing
Here's how the
looks.
show
so good.
wasn't better.
Oh, we will get to that. Because I have so many things.
And also,
We're not grading show. We're only grading costume.
I know.
but
I had to be said.
I love the way this
And
freaking thing
the
looks.
way it goes from purple to just cut off of the arm and then just red,
Mm-hmm.
it makes you kind of afraid. Is it red there because of the blood of his enemies? Because he's pummeling them to death with sticks. It just works in the tiny horn. It's
it just looks so
And seeing it in Batride War Genesis, especially when you're playing as him and you get to do all that cool stuff with him, it really shines through there.
He's a great looking.
I really need to give Hibiki another chance.
Now, moving on to number
7, Kamen Rider 5.
This was number 1 on my list.
This was his number 1.
Oh, I love Fies.
I like Fies. I did like it. It was about halfway up on my list.
It didn't make my list.
So that's why it's on, because 2 out of 3. It worked because it was one of the few Kamen Riders that's not based on a bug.
Yep,
Right.
it's based on a shark.
Which is really cool.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's based off a shark. The mixture of colors I think really worked with silver and red and then the yellow in the eyes.
And then of course when he ends up using, first getting into the suit, you end up having the Tron lines come over him.
Which is so cool.
It is a cool looking costume.
good.
It just didn't make my list.
Oh, I love it.
It's just so cool. And I'm staring at the screen because he has the picture up.
Yeah.
It's just so cool. And when he fights at night, it's even better.
Yeah.
It does look really cool.
Yeah.
On number 6,
We have Kabuto's cast-off form.
which is it works because I put this around the same place on my list, and I like contrast and colors, but Kabuto was one solid color pretty much.
Well, I mean, he had the...
Well, it's the red, you have the blue eyes, the black, and the silver.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different color there.
Yeah, but you don't think... Like, when you're comparing it to something like, I don't...
a lot of the...
Well, when you compare it to something like Tajador,
Yeah.
where it's like 3 different...
Well, I was also comparing it to something like
O's main form?
Like O's main form, or even Phi's.
That's, I meant Tatsuba, sorry.
Yeah, Tatsuba.
That's my fault.
Or even Phi's base form, which it's not primarily one color, it's just kind of an even split of everything. Well, this is just red.
But he looks like he's a very sleek, slim rider.
And that works with the gimmick of his rider where he's so fast. Yeah. He has to cast off the armor. And
it looks just great. It's just like...
Not to mention, it's hard to make a giant horn look cool.
Yeah.
And he did it.
Yeah.
It works.
Like, Stronger didn't, but he did it.
No, Stronger did not.
Stronger's
Kabuto's eyes are also pretty big.
Yeah.
But they're not...
In fact, it's even bigger than what the actual thing shows because the horn comes up and the eyes are just one solid piece.
Right.
The horn covers it up.
Mm-hmm. But it's not nearly as obvious as some of the other riders that we had.
And it just... And like we said, it looks really awesome in motion.
Yeah.
When he is just beating the crap out of a monster, it looks awesome.
It looks so good. And now, getting into number 5.
Number 5, Wizard's Flame Style.
So his base form.
Yes.
We kind of went into this one because number one, all of Wizard's forms look good.
Yeah.
They all look great.
Yeah.
But
we picked a different one for each, because all of us had Wizard on our list, but we each picked a different...
I picked 3, technically.
Wizard.
I only had Flame Style.
I had Water Dragon, because I like the color blue, but it just looks good on him.
And I like red, so I
like red too.
But I thought this one worked better as opposed to like a dragon form because the primary color is not so much there.
The primary color, I like how it's on the inside of his cape.
Yeah.
On the inside of his cape.
Because I had my list for Wizard was his base form, his fire dragon form, and his infinity form. But I am perfectly okay with the infinity form not being on this list.
Yeah.
But with Wizard's flame form, people would wonder why not any of his other base forms water. But you gotta remember, with his helmet, it's the only one where the helmet contains the entire color. Everything else it pokes out,
and it changes as you go along.
The shape of the
visor. The shape of the visor changes because it's just emulated a different gem.
Mm-hmm.
This is the only ruby, which is round and it stays in and just looks sleeker, looks better. And it doesn't look like it's going to
the roundness of the head, the way his, the bottom half of his cloak just sort of swishes whenever he turns around after Ryder kicks someone. It looks really awesome.
Another show that needed to be better.
Yeah, God.
But back to Batride War Genesis, when you play as him, and you Ryder kick the crap out of 100 enemies at once. It's so
one
awesome.
of the most fun things.
I'm not going to chime in on those conversations because I don't have a PlayStation.
Sorry. Now, number 4, we're getting into Ghost.
Thank you.
Ghost base form for number 4 looks great. The reason I like Ghost, as much, I hate the show, but I like the way this one looks because I love the way that Phy's looks.
It looks like they tried to take Phy's Tron concept and add to it with lights and designs, and it's been in there once, I think, in episode 1?
About twice.
Maybe. Twice? Again? Oh, wow.
Ghost.
Night film is expensive.
But Ghosts as themselves look
also, you didn't think they would ever make a Kamen Rider with a hoodie look good.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they do, which is weird.
And I want a lot of, the jackets themselves.
Yeah.
Jackets, I want a lot of them.
This is the only form of Ghost, though, that I actually think looks good. I don't think a lot of them look very good, but this one in particular...
The only he used... Not to mention...
I think they nailed this one.
Yeah, they did.
And it just with the concept of the hoodie jacket flying onto them is a good idea. And it actually makes, when he gets those other rider forms... Mm-hmm. These are some of the best looking alternate rider forms I've ever seen in a Kamen Rider. Because let's be real, Gaiam's looks stupid.
No, I mean, at least for Pineapple and Ichigo.
No,
he's talking about the rider lock seeds.
Oh yeah,
because I'm looking at a picture of Ghost using a Gaim.
Oh yeah, when he ended up getting I know.
Like the Forze lock seed.
Yeah. Those look stupid. With Ghost, it works so much better.
Especially because since they started making this a thing, I think Ghost was the way to go for it. Mm-hmm. All right, now getting into number 3,
which is Drive Tridoron
type. So we have our first form on here.
Our first non-base form. Let's be real.
Yeah. Oh god, I love he looks like an evil rider, but he's not.
He looks like when I don't know. I'm trying to figure out words because I'm just lost.
The combination of red and black
and white
is pretty awesome.
It's so aesthetically pleasing to the eye.
Fact that it's the car. Mm-hmm. The car that we have seen since episode 1 now becomes one with the character, and it works, which I didn't expect it to. Honestly, I actually did not like this. I did not like this look when it was leaked. And they're like, is this his final form? Because I think they said it was just going to be a movie form.
Yeah.
The original speculation that it was just going to be a movie form, like, please be a movie form, because I don't want to see this every episode.
But then we got it.
And then it aired. The episode aired when he got it, and I went, holy shit, this is awesome.
It looks good by itself, but it's one of those suits that looks amazing in motion. And I really love the way that they ended up just having Trideron come onto the suit and just make it look like a literal Formula 1
And the
racer.
fact that the visor, the eyes change color depending on who's driving at the time, which is really cool. So I'm really pleased that this made it to the top 3.
Yes, I love the way that they made Trideron look. Speaking of teas, we're going to get number 2.
Speaking of teas.
Yep.
Anyway, number 2, we got O's Tajidor form.
Oh.
Remember when I said red was my favorite color?
Yeah.
Tajidor looks great.
Well, once again, we're seeing another theme, black and red. Looks great together.
Black and red looks great together. Also, my favorite mythical creature is the phoenix.
Yes.
So that really works for me on a pandering
I love birds. They're my favorite animals. I love the way this looks. I love the extension that the wings on the face get.
I love the extension. I love
the disc on the arm.
And though this isn't really in the costume, but it is part of the form. The peacock feathers.
Yes.
Just the wings in general.
Yes.
The rider kick,
the talons that he gets.
Yep. Oh,
the fact that they actually got this to work in Bat Ride 4 Genesis.
Unlike the last one.
Okay, I've played the last one enough to know that Tajidor sucked.
Yes, all he could do was like fly around and like shoot into his rider. And now he can actually hit things. It's awesome.
It's a great feeling, and it looks so good. I love the way like the last 2, red and black just look so good together. And
not to mention, though it has nothing to do with the actual form itself. With this kind of concept, fan art never looks bad.
Yeah, it's true. Unless you're legitimately bad, you're not going to look bad doing this, and I love it. Now, number 1.
Kamen Rider Gaim. Kachidoki Arms. Iza Tsutsuji. Hey, oh!
Never memorized that.
Oh, I love the way... Okay, now, there's a sort of a reason, like, he looks like a tank because he is.
Yes.
And we're a little bit biased on this one because we cannot help but remember the first time that we see Kachidoki Arms.
Because people be like, it's really bulky, it's really big, but one, it's big and he's still mobile in it.
Yes. Yeah. He's still very mobile in this form.
Literally a walking tank. And his defense is just so high.
There's a mixture of colors that work so well. There's gold, orange, silver, red, black. Just that mixture of colors. Yes, there's even red.
Yes, there is.
And blue.
Yeah, of course, there's always going to be blue.
And it's not just that. The fact that he looks like, a samurai general. You get the crest on the chest and the big horns. That frickin' DJ gun.
But we're not talking about...
It actually made flags work as a weapon, but they are part of the costume.
Yes, the flags.
They actually work.
Yeah, they do. And so many things about Kachidoki are just so... Like, Kiwami's not bad, but Kachidoki just looks like...
Kiwami was on my list. On my individual... But I feel like with Kiwami, it's too much... I don't want to say it's too much of one color, because the same could be said for Kachidoki. I think what Kiwami does that kind of puts people off is the mural of fruit on the front.
Yeah.
And the rainbow visor.
Yeah.
It's not just that. To me, Kachidoki just doesn't look anywhere near as interesting as Kiwami doesn't look as interesting. Sorry, that was my fault. Kiwami doesn't look anywhere near as interesting as Kachidoki does.
Yeah,
it looks so much more plain. When you compare it to Kachidoki.
Yeah, and there's a reason for that, because Kiwami was based off Daishogun, the leader, the guy who doesn't really go out into battle.
That's true.
But he sits there and he looks pretty and he gives orders.
But
Kachidoki, on the other hand, is the general in the dirt
who
with
leads
all
the fights.
And he's the one who tells the pussies to get up. Get up and keep fighting.
It looks amazing.
And not even that, not even the DJ gun, if you want to talk about the weapon. The DJ gun is cool, but when he combines it with the Maho Saber.
Yes.
Run.
It's just there's a lot of good things about Kachidoki, and when we get to that guy review and however long that's going to take, it's going to show again.
We're going to be biased on that one.
Yes. All right, but yeah, I think
that is our top
That is
10.
our top 10.
Our top 10 Kamen Rider costumes based purely on look.
Yep. Oh,
I'm happy with it.
I'm happy with it.
Oh my.
Next time, we should do Sentai teams.
In terms of the costumes?
Yes.
I'd be okay with that.
I am okay with that too.
Alright, and please let us know what you think your favorite Kamen Rider look is. Did we get yours in the list? Did
Or
we not? Did we forget it? Please let us know if we forgot it. And put in the comments, like, subscribe, put it on the website.
And if you have a suggestion for a topic for a top 10, let us know.
Please do. But thank you so much again for joining the Tokucast. We will see you next time. Bye.